Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. One thing, as a skincare influencer, a skinfluencer, I always get asked, why do you use so many products? And it's because it's literally my job. Like once I've tried one thing, I'm on to the next. Like this channel would be boring if I just reviewed that one set routine the whole time, right? But saying that, if my job wasn't being a skincare influencer, there would be specific products that I would use for the rest of my life. There would be that one solid routine that I know works for me, that my skin loves, and today I want to share that routine. What I will say about today's products is they are my go-to. They're the ones I always fall back on. Ultimately, they probably are my favorite products from each category of all time ever. Like the number one routine for me. But of course, there are so many other amazing products out there, and I will continue to review them, but this is it. What I've done is I've given myself 2 serums because I would use 2 serums in a routine, right? So it's not cheating. I've got like 2, yeah, you know. I'm gonna go through every step of the routine. Obviously, this doesn't mean I do all these steps all at once. It's just, you know, from each category what I would use. So let's start off with the first cleanse. I love to do a double cleanse because I wear so much sunscreen. That is nice to get that off and then give my skin like a fighting chance to be cleansed properly, you know? My go-to first cleanse isn't an oil, but it's a cleansing balm. And this is the Then I Met You Living Cleansing Balm. What I like about this the most is it's not your traditional, sorry, I'm not gonna open it because I've already got 2 cleansing balms open that I'm trying and I don't wanna waste this. What I love most about it is it's a very soft cleansing balm. So whilst I do not like oils, I also don't like the really firm, hard, plasticky cleansing balms that you have to spend ages breaking down. This balm in particular is somewhere in between. It's like a pre-mixed balm. You know, it's all like slushy and soft inside. And then it kind of really turns into more of an oil. And I find you just spend less time massaging your face and, you know, trying to get into all the crevices, and it just glides and it's perfect. We also have a lot of essential fatty acids in here, so it's great to spend some time massaging that into your skin, helping your skin barrier. We have vitamin E, which is a nice antioxidant. And the thing that makes it that kind of like signature iconic color is the sea buckthorn oil. And I don't think anyone really knew of this ingredient until Then I Met You came out. This is what is rich in fatty acids, stearic acid. On the website they say oleic acid, linoleic acid, and omega-6. So perfect for your skin barrier, and it also just makes an amazing cleanse. But really for me, what makes this stand out is that initial texture, the kind of like luxury feel it has to it of not having to really work hard to make it work on your skin. And with this, I'm not having to scoop out a load of product in order to get a good amount of cleansing done. This is like $38, nearly $40, but I do think you get your money's worth because this always lasts me such a long time, because a little bit really can spread and melt over your skin. So this was actually a tough one. The cleanser was really, really tough. But then I realized there's one cleanser that I always go back to and that I always love having in my stash, and that is the Make Serum Weight Facial Cleanser. This is one of the softest, gentlest, slightly nicely creamy foaming cleansers I've ever used. This is, how much is it? $24. The ingredients in here also make me massage over my skin gently. 60 seconds, 90 seconds, you know, I spend some time working this in, and unlike other cleansers, it won't dry me out if I go that little bit too far and leave it on for too long. But I leave it on because it has amazing ingredients in, again, like niacinamide to help even skin tone, excess sebum production, balance out the skin. It's got aloe in here as well, which is nicely soothing and moisturizing. And one of my favorite ingredients actually is cactus extract. We have prickly pear in here as well, but it's known to be really, really hydrating and help protect your skin as well. And it's just really nice to use. It's such a nice, light product, very similar to Naturium's Niacinamide Gelée. Really, this is one I just always stock up on. It's just like one of my favorites, one of my go-tos. My go-to exfoliant, which I don't have on me at the moment because I promised myself I wouldn't buy another one until I've used my other ones, is the Cosrx AHA BHA product exfoliant. Cosrx's approach to exfoliation is gentle, very, very gentle, and that's what my skin prefers. Within this toner exfoliant, I get both my AHA and my BHA exfoliation, and I like that it comes in a spray. It feels like water on the skin, no stinging, no irritation, no redness. It's just a really gentle exfoliant. You can use it every day because it is gentle enough. I don't, because it's still effective enough, like 3 times a week. But then that also leads me onto my next product, which I'm going to start doing my routine now. No surprise, my go-to toner is going to be the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore Tight Toner. This also does have PHA and BHA in. So the reason I would use this as my go-to is because it is, again, gentle enough to use daily. And I do. I've been using it for pretty much daily, on and off, between trying different brands and products for about 2 years now. And my skin has never been bothered by it, never been irritated by it. It's absolute, oh, I've done something in the wrong order. It's fine though. My skin is happy to have this product on my face every single day because it brings out hydration. Again, what I love about this kind of like toner and exfoliant is it's more about the hydration and exfoliation in one. So it means I get a really good dose of hydration every day. Again, with that cactus water, I absolutely love this, and it's something that I've seen in a lot of Korean skincare before. The PHA is, of course, a very gentle exfoliant, but it's also known to help retain hydration. We have hyaluronic acid in here, hydration again. We have cucumber, which is soothing and calming. We do have tea tree in here as well, which is mainly soothing, but also helps with breakouts. I've never had a problem with tea tree in my skincare. As I said, my skin loves this product. What makes this good to use every day is the BHA is betaine salicylate, which is, of course, a mix of betaine and salicylic acid. More gentle alternative to pure salicylic acid, and then willow bark extract, which doesn't quite have the science behind it as an exfoliant, but for me it's always been my go-to BHA alternative. I should have done this first because this is the SK2 facial treatment essence. This is extremely lightweight and watery, and definitely not something everyone has to use. I love essences as a serum, basically, as a watery, more hydrating serum. And SK2 is known for its Pitera, which is, what is it? It's Bifida, hang on. Bifida is their version, their trademark version of Galactomyces ferment filtrate, which you can find everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but a lot cheaper than this. And I must say, pretty much works in the same way. But it's basically known as like an anti-aging ingredient, right? It helps even out your skin tone as well, your texture, making your skin appear more radiant and even. This is just a luxury that I would like in my only routine because why not, you know? The smell for me is very kind of like nostalgic of when I first went to Japan. It was for work, and the event we were going to was sponsored by SK2, so we all got like a gift bag. So it brings back a lot of memories, but it's also good. It's also very good. There are plenty of alternatives, more affordable alternatives to this, that are still within the just above budget price range, I would say, for me. This does make a difference. Like with constant use, it does make a difference. Other than that though, it's just hydrating and like it makes your skin look nice and dewy and plump, and you know, it's an iconic product. I had to have something like that somewhere in this routine if this is all I could use for the rest of my life. Another icon for me is the COSRX Pure Fit Cica Serum. This is a fresh new one. This is the jumbo size, what was exclusive to Olive Young, but you can get it everywhere else. Not the jumbo size, just this one. What I love about this one is they have their like Cica complex almost, and that basically, all that is that they use the whole of the Cica plant. So not only are you getting Centella asiatica extract, but you're getting Centella asiatica leaf extract, Centella asiatica root. I'm pretty sure it's madecassoside as well. Yeah, madacassic acid, madecassoside, we've got glycerin. We've got allantoin as well. It's just an incredibly soothing and calming serum. So whenever my skin is irritated, I fucked up, I've done too much, this is my go-to serum. I actually had to stop using it because I needed to experiment with other serums, but I just kept using that. That's all I wanted to use all the time because it was so good at soothing and calming my skin. So my next chosen serum is actually going to be the Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide Dew Drops. I think what this does well is it's a very good niacinamide serum with these glowy, dewy benefits, and that's all it's trying to be. It's not trying to be anything else. This is a product that's worth the hype completely. It does what it says it's going to do. We have niacinamide in here to help even tone, brighten skin with continuous use, and also help balance sebum production. But what we also have is this temporary glow. So this is a new one, bear with me. You don't need that much, you just need like a bit like that. I do this, and of course it has that signature Glow Recipe watermelon smell to it. But it gives you this instant glow that is, of course, only temporary. I keep saying that. And then we have all the usual, of course. We have like sodium hyaluronate to help with hydration, and watermelon for a bit of antioxidant activity. So that's generally moisturize the skin. I love it. And the reason I chose this is because I got niacinamide throughout my routine, really. It's kind of in everything. But if my skin ever needs a pick me up and it's looking like crap, or I want my skin to look extra dewy or healthy, I need a serum like this. You'll kind of notice that my only active throughout this, like actives, really is exfoliation. I feel like that's all I need. I feel like I went too much on the actives and I don't really need anything else. Although I am getting back into vitamin C's. I think the CosRX one has kind of like repinged my interest. So eyes, I'm cheating a little bit because there's only one way I use eye creams and eye products now. That is with an eye cream and the Dew Skin reusable eye mask. See, I can't use eye cream the same ever again. What I love about this one, this is the Saturday Skin Yuzu Vitamin C Bright Eye Cream. Really, it's just a perfect balance of hydrating and moisturizing under the eyes. It's not sticky. It doesn't take forever to rub in, even though it looks quite thick. It doesn't take too long to rub in. This especially helps. I get like these really dry corners here, and this really helps kind of like make them not dry again. I'll be honest, I usually forget to use eye cream, but it's not the biggest deal for me. But as I get older, I am trying to use it more. And of course, the reusable. These are my first ones, you can tell, because they feel a little bit different than the new ones. But the reusable patches here really do make a difference when it comes to if I've had a really bad night, really shit night's sleep, the puffiness, the brightness, the overall health of my under eyes. This, I have to have this combination. I can't just use eye cream and leave it. I have got to use this mask. There's like no thing about it. And if you say, well, you can't, you have one or the other, I would choose the reusable eye patches and partner it with my Cica serum or something like that, you know? I'm going to take these off already because I've got too much work to do today. I can't enjoy these. But yeah, they make such a huge difference for me. It's a product I cannot live without. Moisturizer is of course daytime moisturizer. I've done a daytime moisturizer and an evening moisturizer because sometimes I feel like it's important, depending on your skin concern, type and condition, to have a different one for each time of the day. So my daytime one is of course the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. Again, I just use this for the pure hydration of it. Very similar ingredients to the toner. I don't know why I'm rushing through this. I've got nowhere to go. Again, it's just that instant look of hydration and glowiness that this gives your skin. This for me, I could actually use in the evening, and I usually do in summer because it's enough to hydrate but moisturize, and I wake up still with very plump, dewy skin, but it's light enough for me to wear it during the day, under sunscreen, in the summer, and not feel like there's like thick moisturizer on my face. So in here we actually have jasmine and peony extract, which I didn't actually know. They say they're antioxidant-rich plants that soothe sensitive skin while brightening and moisturizing. I didn't know that, to be honest. I just love this moisturizer and use it all the time. Of course, hyaluronic acid to help hydrate, and then the watermelon, an antioxidant, but great to help moisturize as well. What I love about, I think, the serum, the toner, and the moisturizer in particular is it merges my love of what I love about skincare. Nice packaging, really nice user experience, the way it looks physically on the skin, but what it also does for my skin in the long run as well. That's kind of what I love about the whole Glow Recipe experience. So my nighttime evening moisturizer has to be the Astura Atobaria 365 Cream. Sorry, it's a bit grubby. This is my CeraVe. This is a brand that's all about protecting your skin barrier, healing, repairing it, ceramides. But what I love about this cream in particular, again, is it's lightweight, it doesn't feel clinical, it doesn't smell like plastic. Well, no, that's a lie, it smells like PVA glue, but it feels nice on the skin and looks good on the skin as well. It doesn't matter because I'm going to bed with it, but if you did have drier skin and you wanted to use this during the day, this leaves your skin looking really hydrated, not just moisturized, because I feel like a lot of the ceramide creams are simply there to care for your skin, and they kind of look a little bit matte on the skin, sometimes just a little bit greasy. This looks like a nice glowy moisturizer without being too light, without being too heavy. But if you're oily, again, I wouldn't use it during the day. But most importantly, it heals that barrier so well. This is my go-to moisturizer. Whenever I'm trying anything new, I will use this every evening to know that my skin barrier is being cared for with whatever might be trying to like ruin it, you know? So moving on. This was so hard. Sunscreen was really hard to pick. Really hard to pick. If it was still around, it would be the Crave Beauty Beat Shield. That was one of my favourite sunscreens of all time, and I can't wait to see what they reformulate with. I was thinking maybe the new COSRX one, but that's still pretty new. The Aloe one, not particularly my favourite though. Tokubo do an amazing one, which it nearly was. And then I thought maybe it was the Lagom, the Cellus Sun Gel, because this is incredible. I love this stuff. But it has to be the Undefined R&R Sun Serum. I think I'm mainly impressed with this because it's a tinted sunscreen that suits my skin tone and colour, and doesn't leave even an ounce of a white cast. It just kind of disappears. Which even when I get tinted sunscreens that match my skin tone, they still leave a white cast, and they leave a white cast in my hair, all that kind of stuff. So I was just kind of like blown away by how seamlessly this goes on the skin. And of course, because it is tinted, it does give my skin that kind of like evenness that it's obviously not like makeup coverage in any way whatsoever, but it does do something to my skin that makes it look more even toned, a bit brighter. My rosacea a bit less rosacea-y, you know? And it goes into hair and facial hair like effortlessly without clinging, without leaving a white cast, all that kind of stuff. I get it right up to my eyes and it doesn't sting. And that's another thing. A lot of people ask what I do with sunscreen in my beard. I just put it in. I just do it. I just go for it. And I love it because I can reapply it easily throughout the day without having to think, have I rubbed it all in properly? Is there any like unblended kind of like tint left on my skin? I just love it. I just love it. I'm glad they reached out to me. I'm glad they sent me this because it's just my go-to. It's my go-to. Although I do use something like this on my neck, maybe because I feel like it's such a large area and I don't want to waste this. Finally, a lip product, and it has to be Make. The Serum Balms. One I use a lot is Halo Moon. And what I love about these is they are kind of like thicker lip balms, but incredibly light. I tend to just do on one lip. Very slightly tinted to the point where it just kind of like slightly airbrushes your lips. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not a noticeable tint. So we've got sodium hyaluronate, of course, hydration. We have avocado oil to help moisturize. Then we also have something, THD, bioavailable oil-soluble vitamin C ester that helps plump. Biomimetic jojoba wax, which is a plant-derived liquid molecule that reinforces the hydrolipid film for enhanced lip hydration. Great! Whatever it does, it's working. This forms almost like a really nice lightweight film that you can't feel on your skin. It just leaves your skin feeling hydrated and moisturized and nourished for hours and hours without having to reapply. Obviously, if you're eating and drinking, you probably will. But you see, it's lightweight enough for me to go out and wear, or I can layer it up more and have it as more of like a lip treatment at night. I just love it. I think it's the perfect consistency, the perfect color range as well for a light tint if you do want to layer it up and have a bit more of a tinted color. But yeah, 100% my go-to. I forgot about spot treatment. Rosen Breakout Spot Treatment. I know it's got like mint ingredients in it and I don't know why it works, but it just does. I think it's like the zinc powder or something. And I always say this, and I never say this lightly, but for me, it works overnight. Like I don't care about breaking out anymore because I know this is gonna get rid of that spot massively overnight. Not saying it's completely gone, but the redness is gone. The like puffiness of it like shrinks it right down without drying out my skin. This is not just the only spot treatment I would use if I only had one choice. It is the only spot treatment I use because it's the only one that works in the way this does. And I don't know how I could forget my favorite mask from Experiment, the Avant-Garde. They do these in a small and a larger size, a reusable sheet mask that you can use with your favorite serums, moisturizers that leaves your skin feeling hydrated, dewy, and looking glowy as well. This is the only mask I use nowadays. All products will be linked in the description box down below. Let me know your opinion on any of these products, if you were surprised by some products, if there were some obvious ones in here, but let me know down below. You can watch some more product reviews here, some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.